Greetings, minions. This is Silverblade, and I'm playing 7 Days to Die. This is episode 22, and in this episode, which is sort of kind of a spur of the moment, kind of a whim, we're going to test out something that I know will work for sure if done right in Alpha 12. And kind of get a little practice on and see how it would work in Alpha 11. And, of course, with the physics in Alpha 12, well, it should work. So the idea is to make a log trap. Now, if you've seen Star Wars Return of the Jedi, you got the little furry bastards, the Ewoks, taking on stormtroopers with logs and rocks and all that. You probably had seen in one scene where they had these logs held up, and all they did was cut these ropes, and the logs just kind of tumble down the hill and knock out one of the ATSTs. Okay, it worked in the movie. It was even done in the old movie, Swiss Family Robinson. In that movie, they did the same thing and had logs roll down a hill to take out the melee pirates. So in this, we're going to do something similar, at least what is analogous to it here in 7 Days to Die. Now, to start off, we'll need some cloth. It's a very plentiful material, so we're not going to be wasting iron or concrete, reinforced concrete, or any of that. We will be using some wood frames, and let's take a quarter stack of wood logs just for giggles. We can make plenty of these, right? Okay, so let's go to our testing grounds. Now, in Alpha 12, when things fall, they don't just hit the ground and disintegrate. It doesn't quite work like that, I guess. So here, this is still within range of the base. Not a problem. So what we're going to do is we'll open up the toolbar a little bit here, or the belt, and we're going to make an awning. And you're probably thinking, an awning? What? Hold on, you'll see. Now, an awning, they're pretty damn weak. Okay, max load of 2, hardness of 0.2, as opposed to the hardness of reinforced concrete, which I believe is 16, something like that. Barely any mass, made of cloth, barely any weight. Humor me. Okay? So to start off, we will make a stack. Let's see, we'll come down here like this. Yeah, there's good. We will make a stack of 3 awnings. Hell, let's make it 4. If I can get it up on there. Okay. Now, the only reason why I wanted the wood frames is so I have something to stand on. And let's see. And we'll do this. We're just going to try something really simple, nothing overly complicated, just as a proof of concept. Now, as you can see, because of the way Alpha 11 is, I could probably stack a Mack truck on these awnings, which is essentially just cloth, and they're not going to collapse. No big whoop, right? But if I was to extend them off to the side, that might be a different matter. It will probably actually collapse. So we're not going to do that. But what we are going to do, and we'll see if this works. Well, first of all, let's build this up one more. One more level. Let's see if we can stand up here and see on top. Pretty good. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so we'll put the wood logs here. Now, remember, in Alpha 12, things will just tumble downhill because of the new physics engine. So, we'll just try it like this. Get it out of there. Now, I wonder if we can turn these sideways. Let's see. Apparently not. It only does it one click and then you're SOL. Either way, it works. It's up there. Got it? Good. Okay. So, we definitely don't want to be standing underneath this, because that would be bad. But what we do want to do is head back to the base. Now, the reason why I picked awnings is because they are pretty damn weak. They're not gonna, when they break down, they don't break down into the skeleton frame of a wood frame. They don't break down into a rebar frame. They just break down. So pretend a mob of zombies, a horde, a groan, if you will, of zombies is streaming down this hill. And they get right under the sweet spot, and then, wait for it, wait for it. Alright, you saw it all just collapse down on top of itself, right? Okay, so that's how it works with Alpha 11.6. It just all tumbles right to the ground, and that's that. And in return, you get maybe a little pile of cloth fragments, so you kind of get your stuff back a little bit. Not the logs, though. But again, this is Alpha 11.6. If this was Alpha 12, and we did that, the whole column would come down, and instead of just disappearing into nothingness, would tumble down the hill. Now, obviously Alpha 12 isn't here yet, so we can't test this out completely, but for now, this is how it works. So I'm thinking if it'll tumble down the hill, any zombies in the way will get trampled by the falling debris, which later on you can pick up again. That's how it would work in theory. And as you saw here, it actually worked pretty good. If there was zombies underneath it, they'd be squished. I don't think the awnings themselves would do any damage if you made a platform completely out of awnings, but for what we did right there, seemed to work pretty good, don't you think? So that's my idea, sorta, for a log trap. Now let's see if we can try it with a different configuration. No, I don't want to do that. I've not really played with awnings too much in this game. Excuse me. So let's try another configuration of this concept. So we'll try to make a platform. Okay, so we got this. Now let's see how far we can build out. Probably not too terribly far, and the ground is going to have to help us. Okay, so it's kind of cantilevered off the hill a little bit. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this grass here. Okay, I don't think any of that's holding it up at all, which is perfectly fine. So now let's just stack some logs on it and see if it'll actually support it. I definitely don't want to be walking on this. Okay, that's how fragile it is. It won't even support the weight of that. See, check this out again. Squish. Not gonna work. Okay, so in order to make this work, at least in Alpha 11, with the materials we're using, you're gonna have to do it on a awning pedestal in order to make it stay up. Now, again, the reason why I picked the awning is that when you shoot it, you only have to shoot it once, and it'll collapse. If you did it with a wood frame, it's not going to collapse with one shot. In fact, if anything, it's just going to let bullets pass through it, which really isn't conducive to the mayhem you want to create. So we'll just chop this up and reclaim our junk back. Now the nice thing about this is it is common materials. You don't have to get iron, you don't have to get anything super fancy to put it all into practice. Okay. So let's see, what's another way we can do this? Whoops. Alright, so another way we could do this is we can just go 2 up, and then let's see, 2 up, put in some frames. We'll just make it simple. We don't need to put logs on it, at least for this test. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll just go with this for now. Nothing. See? And it all collapses. So what I'm thinking out of this, you make a block, or we all know, or we should all know by now, that when you make a beam out of wood frames, it'll only go out maybe, I think it was six blocks across, and if you add one more, it'll structurally fail. That is changed when you add a support beam under the end. Let's try this out again. So we go 2 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go 8. We'll start there. Try to get these guys to meet in the middle here. Right now, they're structurally sound. And right now, you're pretty much you don't want to walk on it. You don't want to breathe on it. If any of these side supports fails, it's going to collapse, right? Because, well, the max load of these is 36, and the mass is 6. 6 divided by 6 is 6, and so that means that this thing is ready to collapse. Because remember, it's 8 across. We're already past the bearing limit. on it. In fact, all the weight is divided from here and here. So if I shoot this block out, the whole thing should collapse. Correct? Most of it does. And you can also finish it off with that. Alright, so you see how using just these materials, you can kind of make it. You can make a trap, a collapsing trap, or a deadfall trap, or log trap, and just playing with the in-game physics of structural integrity, the material strength, its resistance to bullet fire, whatever. You can actually make a trap out of this, and not too terribly great, I don't think, for Alpha 11. And right now I really don't feel like calling in a zombie horde to really test this out. But in Alpha 12, oh yeah, we're testing this baby out. In fact, we're probably going to make heavy use of this idea with my new base that will be built in Alpha 12. So, I hope that this episode has proven to be insightful and informative. It might actually do you some good in Alpha 11, but considering that today is, at least I'm recording this on July 1st, and they say that Alpha 12 should be out by the 4th of July, knock on wood, there isn't very much time, to test this in Alpha 11.6. So chances are, if you're seeing this, it may already be Alpha 12. Okay, I thought that was a gore block, but yeah. But now you have an idea of what I'm planning on doing and what you can try out as well. And we'll just put our goodies away. I don't think I'm going to be needing any of that paper or plant fiber anytime soon, but yeah. Ooh. Okay, so I apologize if this episode is short, but I hope it was crammed full of informational goodness that you can make good use of. If you do use this idea, tell me about it. Tell me how well it worked for you, or if it didn't work for you. If you've made adaptations to it, I'd like to hear it, because, well, hey, we're all playing the same game, and sharing these ideas just makes the gameplay even better, I think. So if you liked this video, as short as it was, please click the like button. If you thought it stunk, hit the dislike button, and then tell me why. Politely, nicely, constructively, please. If you have any other comments and criticisms, please leave them in the section below. If you have deconstructive criticisms or just trolling, do it elsewhere. Give someone else the fun. I don't need it that much. Please tell your friends and family and other gamers, and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate that. And until next time, see you later. Twitch, Twitch.